Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's the RC Genius, and welcome to my very first live stream. Now, I am just working now to get it working on my phone, so hopefully we get some... Okay, I see RC Muscle 1 just said sup, and also Backflip RC said hi. So, let me see here. Is there a way I can access these comments? Let's see here. Alright, I think I've got it. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing, well, I'm not going to be showing you all, I'm going to be doing a basically cleaning up of this truck, and it's really dirty. The camera can't exactly see how dirty it is. However, trust me, this truck is super dirty. So what we're going to do today is we are just going to take off the tires, take off the shocks, and just clean it up really well. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope that this live stream works, and let's get started. So first I'm going to start taking off these tires. Now, I did have some issues the other day. I've been doing this with all my vehicles, and I've been taking off the all the tires and just cleaning up all these trucks really well. So I'm just going to do the same here with this vehicle. Now, if there's any comments, if any of you are leaving comments, I don't know if I will be able to catch them because I am not in front of the screen. Okay, RC Muscle just said that he found a way to use tire wet to clean the tires. Yeah, tire wet works. I use tire wet every now and then, but I don't always use that product. But when I need it, tire wet definitely does a perfectly fine job when it comes to cleaning tires. Because if you think about it, I mean, these are just smaller scale tires. They're the exact same thing as they're exactly the same thing. They're still rubber. They're still, you know, tires. So tire wet works just fine. Now, if any of you are watching, I know that RC Muscle is watching. I don't know about I cannot say about Backflip RC because I didn't see him again. However, if you are watching, please let me know if the connection is working. If you're able to see this, please tell me if the connection's working. Just say yes or no, and just say it like right now to tell me if it's working, please. Nothing yet. Alright. This stream should still be live, or not live. It should still be on YouTube afterwards. This is the first time I've ever done a live stream, so I really hope that everyone's able to catch it. Alright, thank you, RC Muscle. Very glad that this is working. Alright. Also, if this goes well, I will be live streaming a lot more because I really want to get to do this more. Of course, you know, live streaming takes a lot. You have to know exactly what you're doing that day, and also have to make sure that you know, people are going to be watching, and like you're going to have a reasonable time to do it. However, if this works out well, I will definitely be live streaming more often. I really hope I will. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually take WD-40 on a paper towel, and we're going to clean the truck with some WD-40. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray a little bit of WD-40 on this paper towel. And I'm actually going to start by taking off just one of these shocks at the bottom. Only at the bottom. Only has to be at the bottom. And I'm going to take the bottom of the shock off and just take off the spring. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean up the shocks really well, make them shine a lot, and hopefully we'll be able to get this truck to look really good afterwards. Now what I do is I just stick the paper towel into the actual shock spring right here and just twist it around so that way the inside of it gets clean. And I don't know how well you're able to see it, but it's really shiny right now because the WD-40 is basically just oil that when you put it on something, not only does it make it shiny, but it makes it clean. Unfortunately, WD-40 can attract dirt. However, it is possible that you don't have to get dirt on it because, if you let it sit over time, it's not as wet, and so you're able to not have to collect so much dirt. But also, another option is you can actually use gun lube for cleaning your RCs and spraying in the motor, so that way it doesn't collect any dirt, because gun lube, if you think about it, gun lube is made so that way it doesn't collect dirt and get the gun dirty. So just another one of those options that you can use. I personally prefer the WD-40, but gun lube does work. So, alright, cleaning up this A-arm here. And this truck is actually, it's this dirty even after I just hosed it off outside. Now it has been sitting for a day. I haven't touched it. So, also there are a couple of screws that have come loose on this truck, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm just focusing on cleaning it, and then later I will go back and I will work on actually tightening those screws there. So, hopefully that gets done shortly. Clean off the bottom of this shock here. Alright, so put this back on, and then we'll be able to kind of get a side-to-side comparison between the one clean side and then a dirty side here, and hopefully it will look very, very clean. Alright, so there's a side-to-side comparison. It's a little hard to tell on the camera, but this is the side that's clean, that's the side that's dirty, and you can see the shocks are, this shock is all dusty and just dirty, so yeah. I keep looking over to see if there's any comments because I don't want to miss anyone's comment. Alright, now if you're watching the stream and you just joined, please give the stream a like because I'm trying to get this stream to work well. So if it's working for you and you're enjoying it, please give it a like. Alright, take the next shock off from the bottom. There we go. And same routine. Alright, we've got 2 likes on the stream. It only says that there's 1 person watching, but if there's 2 likes, then there's got to be more than 1 person. Alright, clean off this spring here. Now, if there's any questions that anyone has about what I'm doing, or if there's any comments that you want to share about any videos that you would like to see on the channel, please put them in the chat. Okay, Gorilla Bear Tech just said, now you got 3 likes. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I haven't seen you upload in a while. Where are your videos? I've been waiting for your videos. I watch them, but I haven't seen you upload. I haven't been on YouTube a lot lately, but I have been tuning into your channel recently, so glad to see that you're still watching mine. Thank you. Alright. Now, my only complaint with using paper towels for cleaning RCs is that it does leave some dust behind sometimes, because that's just what paper towels do. So you can use cloth, like a towel or kitchen towel or something. However, alright, Gorilla Bear Tech. I gotta get me some RPM parts and stuff. I've been uploading. Okay, alright. Well, yeah, I certainly haven't been on YouTube in about a week or so, yeah, but RPM is great. I am running nickel metal high drive batteries on my trucks. I used to run 4,500 milliamp hour batteries. Now I'm back to the 3,000s, which are the stock, because simply because the 45s they just make the Gorilla Bear Tech batteries. I have been going back to the 3,000 milliamp hour ones simply because the 45s they take too much out of the truck. I feel like when you're running it for so long on a 4,500 milliamp hour battery, it just wears the motor out because the motor gets hotter and it keeps going without stopping, and they take so long to charge compared to the 3,000s. So I personally prefer going back to the 3,000s, which are stock batteries, but I actually, off camera, hang on, Gorilla Bear Tech just said something else, hang on. Okay, so you just hit 44.1 with Anaconda tires. Okay, so off camera, I actually did a speed test. I don't have a speed gun, but I strapped my phone with a GPS on it to one of my trucks, and I clocked at about 35. Yeah, that's the most I'll do with the gear setup. I did it about 35, that's what mine came out as, but I think that GPS is a little bit off. I think it says it's a little bit slower than it really is, because I tried it when in a real car with the speedometer, and so I just tried it in the car, and it was about 10 miles an hour off. So I don't know, it's kind of sketchy what my top speed really was, but I would say it was easily 35 to 40, at least. And honestly, yes, it's with a brushed motor. I did get it up that high, so I don't know what's happening. It's also, it's just these, monster truck tires. I haven't put any other types of tires on here. However, it did that, and so I don't know what happened with it, but it's not bad. Okay, hang on. My Russell VXL is mostly bone stock, except for the motor, ESC, and tires and gears. Well, that's definitely nice, because I just haven't gotten into going into a VXL stage. I'm sure one day that I will upgrade to VXL, because it's like once it's there, it's taunting you that you just have to go faster. But honestly, I like the speed that my trucks are at right now. It's very controllable, and I really like it. You gotta get some color. Yeah, well, if you're wondering, the aluminum, everything on this truck that's red is aluminum except for the bumper. The bumper I spray painted. Still the stock Traxxas bumper, except that it's spray painted. So all I did was I just took it outside, spray painted it with some Blaze Orange, I guess the color was, It's insane. Thank you. So everything else on here, here's a nice little shot of the underneath. I mean, it looks incredible. And all of this stuff is Intigi, A-arms and skid plates, and the shocks are Helion, and they have the chrome Intigi springs on them. So they're actually different springs than the Helion ones had. The Helion actually it came with like this gunmetal gray type spring, and I just didn't like it. It wasn't gonna go with me, so I just didn't do it. Okay, let's see. 35 isn't bad. The same nickel I just talked about in my other wrestler. 34 on 2886, so that's not stock. Okay, yeah, this is I think it's 2190 gearing. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know. I know that the spur gear is 90, and I don't know what the pinion gear is. I'm pretty sure that it's 21. Hold on, don't go away, comment. Okay, 3176 gearing. I hit 43. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that type of gearing you're gonna go faster. But I don't know. I don't really mess with I don't really mess with different types of gearing. You know how like the 135, 147 at most. Yeah. You were talking about the temperature. Yeah, I just did actually a video of how hot the motor gets on my trucks. Just running it for like half an hour or so. Not running it super hard, and I was on the street, so I was not, I honestly was not giving it so much stress because it was not on dirt or anything. However, nice Stampede. Can easily strip a gear. Yeah, you can easily strip a gear going those speeds. So basically, I did do a heat test, and mine came out about 130, 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So, you know, it's hot, definitely really hot. However, I think that it could have gotten a little hotter if I kept running it, because that was not the full battery. So I'm sure that it would have gotten a little bit worse. However, not bad. Yeah, when you hit 43 miles an hour is super fast, especially with a truck or a buggy or a truggy or something like that, you know. It's definitely really, really fast. And then when you think about, you know, the Traxxas X01 or something, you know, you're going 100 miles an hour cruising speed, and that's like so fast. That's not even, you need a certain area to even drive with that, you know? I mean, going 100 miles an hour, like, I can't do that on my street. No, it's not a busy street. Yes, it's a dead end, but, like, there's not enough room. Yeah, I could make that a 50-mile-an-hour Stampede. It certainly wouldn't break, simply because all the aluminum. I mean, this truck is, like, bulletproof. Yeah. Need a long road. Yes, you do need a long road. So, yeah. But I could make this truck faster. I'm very satisfied for the speed that it hits right now, and it's easily the RC Rocket Genius. Yeah. So, basically, I think that I'm just satisfied with the way that this truck performs. It's great. My only complaint with the metal is that, yeah, it does look pretty good with these Intigi parts. Basically, my only complaint with the Intigi, actually there's two complaints. One is that the parts, the metal, the paint on the metal scratches very easily, and I'm a little bit disappointed with that because when you look at the underside, it's really scratched up, and I wish it didn't do that because it's so pretty and it's so shiny, and then when you look at the scratches, it just pains me to see that. However, it's still metal all the time, and nothing's going to change that, and you can always paint over it. However, it does scratch, unfortunately, and I mean, they're not super cheap either. But my other complaint with it is that it's obviously heavy. And that's not a complaint, that's not something that I would take up with Integy, because I put that on myself when I got these parts. But it certainly makes the truck a lot heavier. So if I were to take all these aluminum parts off and put plastic back on, my top speed would be a lot faster. I mean, it would be a lot faster because, simply because it will be so much lighter. So, I don't know. I'm happy with this. Not all my trucks have this. I do have, well, $160, that is, you can get a kit from Integy that already includes a bunch of stuff, but that's excluding the shocks. And actually, I bought all the shocks at my local hobby store, and so those actually were a lot cheaper than online, and since they're not Integy, they're a different price. However, yes, they can be expensive. However, I did not pay nearly as much for all this setup. Okay, you use your phone speed app. Yeah. Yeah. And also, yes, the kit. Yeah. So that's the kit. The kit's like nearly $200. And the shocks that I was going to get for this, and if I got them, this truck would never leave the shelf. It would be so incredibly nice looking. And the reason why is because the shocks that I was going to get originally for this truck were going to be Integy. They were actually going to be piggyback shocks, and which basically means that they have like a spare reservoir for shock oil on the side. And if I got those, that would be absolutely gorgeous. I mean, unbelievably nice looking truck there, and that would just be incredible. But I didn't. They're like $79 a set, so there was no way that I was going to get that just for shocks. Like, if that included something else, like the A-arms or something, yeah, I might have done it, but no way. $79, almost, well, basically $80, just for a set of 4 shocks. It's just not, it's not worth it. Well, yes, you're going to save money. Shocks don't blow out that much. I wanted these shocks because, partially for decoration, and also because, you know, I wanted them to be strong. Traxxas brush Titan systems are not bad at all. Mine have lasted nearly a year to a year and a half now. Well, this truck here is actually 2.5 years old. And I know that I've replaced the ESC at least once, because the ESC it came with stock was one of those ones with the really sharp fins on the top for the cooling fins. And I know that I've replaced it since then, because obviously it doesn't have the fins now. However, I've only ever replaced the ESC once, and the motors, my motors usually will last about 2 to 3 months, depending on how much I use the truck. Okay, you still have your old XL5 and Titan 12-turn 550 motor, and ESC combo only came out to 19.6. Yeah, well, to me, that's like, why do they even advertise that the truck will go 30 plus if it doesn't even do that out of the box? The Stampede 4-wheel drive, yeah, well, the Stampede 4-wheel drive, I mean, that's probably going to go a little bit faster because it's 4-wheel drive, but, well, maybe not necessarily, because I guess that one would weigh a little bit more. However, I don't know why they would advertise that the truck can go 30 plus when it doesn't even go 20 out of the box like you just said. However, honestly, it feels like it's going more, and I know that mine clocked out at least 35. So I don't know what I did to mine. I didn't do anything special. Yeah, the gearing that they include, yes, that's the biggest key. Now, I know that my spur gears are the same as stock. I don't know about the pinion gear, honestly. I can't tell you. I'm pretty sure that mine are a little bit different, but I'm not 100% certain. So, yeah. Alright, this truck's starting to come along. I couldn't get this shock off because the screw is actually bent. So I'm not going to sit here and have to try and take a little, let's see here, hang on, 1/8 in its reality looks to easily hit 60 to 72 miles per hour, no problem. Okay, so you did have a 2200 kV. Okay, yeah, the Mamba Monster is a beast. I mean, that thing is absolutely incredible for a motor and an ESC. I mean, that's just absolutely incredible. The Mamba Monster is great, and I know that, I mean, it's a lot of people have it, clearly. Tons of people get the Mamba Monster, and everyone that I have known to ever get those, I mean, they're certainly pleased with the performance of that motor. I mean, who wouldn't be? Outdoor RC, hey, and Gorilla Bear Tech, hang on, 18 to 65 gearing when I first bought. It did 55 miles an hour tops. Okay, yeah, yeah, I mean, 55 is just so fast. You can take that thing out on the highway if you wanted to. Neck and neck, yeah. So, I mean, fast cars are awesome, but if you look at some of my past videos and you see, you know, my track, I don't have a huge track, but it's a pretty nice track. Join RC Junkies Facebook group. Alright, I'll look into that. So, my track isn't that big. It is pretty large. I mean, it's at least a 20 by 10 track, which is decent size, and it's just in my backyard. It's not like I've got all the room in the world, but I don't have a whole lot of room that I could run a truck on VXL or Mamba Monster systems and just, you know, or Castle systems and just run those. You're geared at 2454, 65. Yeah. So, but I don't have a whole lot of room to drive, you know, that fast. So, easy 65, 73. Yeah. So, fast trucks are fun. I've never driven anything other than this. Honestly, to be completely honest, I don't have many people I know in real life that, you know, do RCs. Mostly just my friends come over and drive mine, and we have fun together. But, you know, I certainly have known a couple people with Traxxas trucks, and they don't hit even 20. I mean, they're not. Is that a mod gear? Where? In the transmission? Which are you talking about? RC Muscle just said, is that a mod gear? Are you talking about my gears in the transmission? Are they different gearing types? Is that what you mean? I want to make sure I get the question correctly. Tighten some of these screws here. Alright, now we're actually up to 5 likes, which is super good. I'm really happy with that. No, in the chat. I can't see the chat. Help getting to 43 compared to 34. Yeah. Different gearings get to different speeds for sure. I can't see the chat actually. Basically each chat that you put in, I see it and it only stays up there for like 5 seconds and then goes away. Yeah, between the XL5 and The Wrestler and the Bandit. Yeah. Well, I mean, those are two different weight vehicles. So, app is called Speedometer. All right, I'll look at that one. I don't remember what mine was called. Actually, I can look it up on my phone right now. Hang on. Mine's called Speed Tractor. Mine's called Speed Tracker, and that's the app that I used. And I don't think that mine was very accurate. However, I will certainly look into that one. Now, what was I going to say? I cannot remember what I was going to say. Oh well. Strap your phone. Yeah. I know, I was a little bit scared to attach my phone to my truck, so I just duct taped it to, I taped it right to the battery, which probably was not the smartest thing to do because it's a battery and then an iPhone. Hey, 5th Scale RC Insanity, glad you stopped by. Yeah, I'm cleaning this truck and just trying to get this thing to look good. I'm all about keeping my RCs clean, especially since my shop's in the basement, bringing it inside and everything. I try to keep everything as clean as possible, and also, honestly, everything lasts longer when it's all clean like this. I've had a dramatic decrease in replacing parts since I've kept my RCs so clean, and so, you know, when you think about it, the dirt, you know, things will rust and things will get stuck and snap and break and all that, and basically just keep it clean. Even if you just hose it, like, I'm not saying you have to go into your shop and you have to go and do what I'm doing now to, you know, get every speck of dirt off. That's just my way of doing it. However, just hosing it off when you're done, just for, you know, keeping it clean like that, getting the big stuff off, getting all the big clumps of dirt and everything off, that makes a world of difference. The tires on your e-Revo are 1/8 scale, and my 1/10 Rustler VXL are worn down. I run them hard on the speed runs up and down my street. I was thinking of putting them in traffic. Yeah, I know. I actually was about to do that one time. I was going to just, you know, drive, you know, with someone else driving, be in the passenger seat and just drive around the neighborhood. And I think I could do that because in my neighborhood, I mean, it's not like it's super crowded or anything, so I think you would get away with it. But going into the actual, you know, going out in the open and driving, I don't know how that would work. Honestly, I don't know. And also, I mean, one wrong move, if the RC flips over or something, it gets run over by traffic, there's the end of it. So, I would just say be careful with your RC cars and trucks, and don't just, you know, don't do stupid things with it that you will definitely regret later, because, oh, the Tamiya, right. Actually, when I'm done with this, cleaning this truck, which I'm almost done with, I will show you the Tamiya, and I want to see if any of you have any suggestions for what I can do, because I don't know. I mean, I've been in the hobby for 4 years, and I've never owned a Tamiya. I spray my RC down with silicone. You can do that. This is what I'm using right now on paper towels to really shine it up and get it clean, WD-40. However, what I also use every now and then is I use this, which is gun lube. This stuff basically, it's just gun lube that when you use it in the motor, it actually helps because it doesn't attract dirt into the motor. So actually, 5th Scale RC Insanity, let me know if you've ever heard of using that as a solution, because if you have, then I know I'm not the only one who knows about it, but let me know, because I don't know if it's supposed to be that good for it. I use it and everything's turned out fine, and it does help the dirt from getting in, but I don't know if it's the best solution. If there's something better that you know of, please let me know, but I don't know. So basically the Tamiya, I took it out a couple days ago, and it has axle problems. It has this kind of dog bone axle system, and 30 to 35. Yeah. So I don't well, yeah, new people to the hobby are being misled. But when you first start out and there's nothing to compare it to, obviously anything is awesome, you know, especially to the younger kids in the hobby. I mean, having a car that even just goes 20 miles an hour and you can hit a ramp and go 5 feet in the air, like, who wouldn't want that? But then, you know, for people who've been in the hobby more, like, I've been in the hobby for 4 years, and I know a lot of people have been in the hobby for many years. I mean, you can go so much bigger and better. My brush, my two-wheel drive brush will smoke yours. I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll do that. But I don't know. I think that a lot of people, yes, they can get misled in the hobby. Also, you know, unfortunately, I don't know if any of you have gotten many RCs recently. However, if you get a new Traxxas model, they don't come with a charger. At least they don't come with one that's a house charger. You have to put it in your full-size car to charge your RC car. And it just doesn't make sense, or you have to buy an adapter at least. And to me, I feel like that's kind of cheating the people who are kind of getting into the hobby at first, because they don't have those kinds of things, especially when they're starting out for the first time. And, you know, yeah, so basically, you know, no one basically can get an RC now that has a charger from Traxxas, simply because, you know, it's just not the way that Traxxas does it anymore, and I don't know why. It must be a money thing for them. But I don't know why they would stop giving out chargers. It just doesn't seem fair to me, and I was surprised. Didn't see a number. Oh. Didn't see a number. I don't know what exactly you're talking about there. So, I think the Traxxas should start putting chargers back in their vehicles, simply because when you first get in the hobby, no one's going to have a charger like that. And then you have to wait for days, and maybe, depending on where you live, a couple weeks or a week if it takes that long to order a new charger and all that. And it's just, I feel like when someone buys an RC, especially a Traxxas RC car, that comes and it's $250 and you buy it, it should at least come with a charger that you can use in the house, you know? So, I don't know. I am going to show you the Tamiya RC car, because Outdoor RC asked to see, he asked when I'm going to be driving it again. And I will be driving it, hopefully on camera soon. However, I'm going to show everyone the Tamiya RC car quickly before I end the stream, because I need some ideas and want to know if anyone knows what I need to do with this car to get it back up and running, because I don't know. Alright, see a 5th scale. Alright. Yeah, you have to be pleased if you're spending $675 for a Revo. Absolutely. I mean, getting that, when you put that much money into it, I mean, you're definitely committed to the hobby. I mean, you're in it. Yeah, or better, free. Yeah, I wish, but doesn't work that way. Alright, Tamiya time. Outdoor RC, are you still here? Because, this is going to be the Tamiya. So, hang on, let me get it off the shelf. Alright, there it is. The custom Tamiya RC car. When you bought the Traxxas Stampede, it came with a wall charger. Well, then you were a very lucky person, I must say, because when I just got my Scully, I can say that one of my friends got a Stampede and it didn't come with a charger. Okay, glad you're still here. Yeah, I knew that. Basically, I got my Scully, and that didn't come with a wall charger. That came with a car charger, and I was extremely shocked by it because I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I was not expecting that it was going to have a wall charger and a car charger, not a wall charger. It's still an RC charger, but not the charger that I was expecting. So I had to break out one of my spares because I didn't have my fast charger at the time. However, when I got the Animus 18TR, that came with a charger, and the Vitara, my Mustang, came with a charger too. So it's just a Traxxas thing at the moment, and we'll see what happens. So this is the Tamiya car. Now, if you are new to my channel, then you don't know that I custom built this car. Most of the time now outdoor. Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't include those chargers. Now I've started a rage now. I don't know. But anyway, this is the Tamiya RC car. If you don't know and you're new to the channel, this is a car that I've custom built from an old Tamiya chassis, basically built on different brands and different parts, some of which were Traxxas. I've got some Dynamite parts. I think I've got a couple Helion on it, just as the screws and the hardware kind of stuff. And I've also got a Radiant motor on it and a Traxxas system. Talking about space of where we can drive. So, I guess you would probably know because I did put it in one of my videos where I swapped out the old 2.7 gigahertz radio, or that's the megahertz actually, the megahertz radios on two of my trucks, and I put in the 2.4 gigahertz remotes, which have way better signal reach and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really happy that I did that. So this car has now downgraded to the megahertz, the 27 megahertz radios with the long extendable jousting stick antenna that it includes. So this car has that now. However, I just took it out the other day to drive it, and I wasn't planning on recording. However, and I never did record. However, if I were to record, it would have been a fail, because what happens in here is underneath the car, and I don't know how well you'll see it, but right here is the axle, okay? And you can see it spinning there. Alright, the camera's going out of focus because it's spinning, but you can see the axle right there, and what it is, it's this type of T-bone axle, or dog bone axle, actually, I guess it's called. And micro stock RC car out of the box isn't slow and something else. Yeah, it's not that slow. This dog bone axle, I don't know why, but it keeps, it basically will start to eat inside the axle housing or connection. I don't know. I guess on a Traxxas vehicle it would be considered the output yoke. Right here on the differential, it basically 10 to 15 by the end of 2017. Yeah. Basically, the dog bone axles continue to fall out, and it's a really hard process to get them back in, because you have to take off the rear tire, you have to take out this really long screw that's back in here, pull that all the way out, take the A-arm off, and then line it up back together with the axle inside and try to get the really long screw back in the hole. It's just such a long process, and it took me about 25 minutes to put it back together. And I thought I fixed it, went back out to the street and tried it again, and it fell off again, and I thought, I give up, I'm not going to drive it today anymore. And so I figured, why not ask you guys any suggestions? So if you have any suggestions, please tell me now, because I don't know what I can do. I tried making a block like out of some glue and stuff, but that didn't work. I tried. You can't get replacement parts for this car anymore. It's so old. I mean, this is at least from the 90s, and it's just, there's no way that I could get a replacement. Not dog bone. I couldn't get a replacement differential axle output yoke, whatever it's called on this car. So I have no idea what I'm going to do about this. But other than that, this car completely functions. Steering works great. Top speeds, I have no idea. However, all I know is that it's not as fast as my monster trucks, but probably similar speed to the Vitara, the Mustang, which probably tops out about 25. And this car, I mean, this buggy works great. It's definitely not a basher, though. It's so weak, and the chassis is so thin compared to the Traxxas chassis. Okay, you got the new Traxxas Stampede. Yeah. Alright. So, you know, there's no way that this truck could be this Tamiya could be a basher. But I think that there is a possibility that it could be fixed from this axle issue. I just don't know how yet. And I did actually do a little bit of underbody work, which I'm pretty sure I did show in a video here. I added this rod here to add for extra support, because what was happening is that this was getting, the front bumper is not really connected to the main chassis except for 2 screws on the top. So I really secured it down with a bolt and a nut on this side and the same on this side to get it to really be strong. And since it's a rod, it's able to flex in and out a little bit, so if I hit a wall, hopefully it won't demolish the whole thing, which I certainly would hope wouldn't happen, because it's such a hang on, Gorilla Bear Tech. People have complained about my email typo, I guess. E-Revo sounding like a nitro or gas. Had the neighbors of 5 years that lived behind us finally come out and tell me that the E-Revo is too loud, and this was during daytime. Huh. And that's an electric E-Revo, isn't it? That's interesting. Maybe the tires were just too loud on the street? Maybe? I don't know. But when you get going, I mean, when the tires start to bubble up and or balloon, and they start to get big, and it starts hitting the pavement, I mean, it's loud. It certainly is a loud vehicle, but I wouldn't imagine. Ever since I bought the Revo, people say it's loud, but they don't complain about the XL5s. Huh. Interesting. I've never heard anyone say that about any of my RCs. No one ever thinks that it's gas. Everyone, although, I mean, I don't have a ton of neighbors, so it's not like any of them would complain, and I don't drive at unreasonable hours or anything. But, huh, that is interesting. I would never have heard that. So, basically, there's the Tamiya. If any of you have come up with any solutions over time to help me, please tell me, because I have no idea what I'm going to do about this. I don't know. I just don't know what I can do about this car, because it still works. Right now it's just a shelf piece, because it's not being used right now. But it still functions, still working RC, and you can still drive it, except it's just a matter of when is the axle going to blow out. And until the axle breaks, that'll, imagine I bought a nitro. Imagine I bought a nitro, people would come outside and tell me to shut it off, and I would say something bad. And a lot of the older folks around here complain too much about our hobby toys. Yes, they do. Well, I don't have a whole lot of elderly people in my neighborhood, but I do have to say, if you had a nitro and people were complaining about the electric, yeah, okay, that might get a little bit hard to deal with. I haven't gotten into the nitro phase of RC. Honestly, to me, I love the electric versions simply because the electric versions I think are cheaper, because when you have gas, you have to buy the gas. And also, you know, gas is loud. living in a neighborhood, gas isn't so noise friendly, so I don't go with gas, but I like the electrics very much, very, very much, and I would never regret, and I never have regretted getting into the hobby. I love this hobby. It's so amazing, never gets old, and I really like it. So I'm going to put this back on the shelf. Hang on one second. Also, if any of you are new to the channel, but only put yours in traffic when you are ready, and if they are only brushless, don't want to take the risk trying to do it with fast brushless RC car. Yeah. If any of you don't know, there is my Vitara that I was talking about just a couple minutes ago. That's the Mustang drift car. Right now it's actually got the drift tires on it. And while I'm still here, it seems like everyone's still watching and having a good time, so I'll stay on for about another 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to put the rubber tires back on this car. So, take the body off. There you go. I just have to say one thing, though, about this car. The body is absolutely incredible. It's super good quality. It's a really, really thick body. I love the transparent window. Yeah. Yep. Also, if any of you are hearing me, if you hear me stop talking while you're not watching this live, just as a regular video, that's just because I'm reading the comments, and I'm just reading the comments, not because I'm losing connection or anything. I'm just reading the comments. This body is absolutely incredible. I just have to say that this body is really, really amazing, and I'm super happy with the quality of the Vitara products. So, let me get a wrench here. I've got to get my little, I don't even know what you call these. What do you even call these? Tire wrench, or wheel nut wrench? I don't even know what you call these, but I've got so many of them. Collected so many of these, of the little Allen wrenches and the little nut, whatever you call them. You've been in it since you were 12, 14. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been in it for about 4 years now, and I love the hobby. Absolutely love the hobby. So, alright, taking off these tires. Now, someone actually was cross wrench. Alright, thank you for the term. I will use that from now on. Thank you, RC Muscle. I had someone commenting on one of my videos with the Vitara, the first video I ever introduced this car to my channel. It actually, someone was telling me that if you can do all sorts of things. You can upgrade the tires, and you can upgrade all sorts of things on this car, lower it down, lock the diffs, all that kind of stuff. And he was really going on about, making this car super, super nice. And I have to say, one day, this car will look like that. I mean, these are rubber street tires, okay? And these are the drift tires. Which one do you guys like better? Do you like street tires, or do you like the drift tires? Personally, I wish that these were the drift tires, because I like these rims more than these rims. However, you can't drift with these because these are rubber and these are plastic. Tell me in the chat, which do you like better, the street or the drift tires? Because I really like the rims on here, and I love how Vitara did this with the brake calipers and the disc brakes. I just love that. I mean, it's so cool how they did that. It's just really incredible how they just made it so realistic like that. I really like it. Alright. Hitting the camera. There we go. One tire on. 3 more to go. Now, what does everyone think about me doing a Q&A one day. Let me know in the chat if you would be interested in a Q&A. How much did it cost? Well, the Vitara was pretty much the same as the Stampede, you know, $249. The tires, these street tires and rims were actually $11 for a set, and that was just absolutely incredible price, I think. But the vehicle itself was about the same as a Traxxas vehicle. What I was saying early, but just before, was what would you all think about me doing a Q&A one day? RC related questions, not any personal stuff, but if any of you would like to see that, please let me know, and I will take, depending on how many of you will actually watch it and be interested in it, I will look into doing it one day very soon, so let me know, please. And there we go. There's the Vitara with the street tires. Now, if I put the body on, that is just really good looking. I mean, you have to admit that that is just such a cool looking shot right there. Isn't that so cool? Wow, that's really perfect shot right there. I don't know about all you, but I think that that car looks super nice. Super nice. I really like this Vitara. And I don't even drive it that much. And I'm not a very big street car person in the RC hobby. Off-roading is my thing. I love jumping, I love bashing, but I have to say, that car is super nice, and I do not regret getting that car at all. So, let me put these drip tires back on the shelf. Okay, so is there anyone still watching? We've got 6 likes, and it says here that I've got 1 person still watching, but if there's 6 likes, I know a couple of people have left already, but I'm sure that there's more than 1 person remaining. Whoever is left, please, or whoever is still here, please tell me, and let me know if you're still here. I'm going to be wrapping up the stream pretty soon, so any last questions? Alright, Outdoor C is still watching. Anyone else watching? I know that there's a delay on what my video getting to all of you. I know that there is a delay here. Who else is watching? Alright, I guess it's just you, Outdoor C. I guess everyone must have left. So yeah. Well, we are just coming up on 59 minutes now, it looks like. We're going to be going on to an hour-long stream, and I have to say, I'm pretty happy that this worked out. Thank you, everyone, for watching and being here for this live stream, my very first live stream. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. And now I'm getting a notification that I've got very bad connection, which is not what I want to see. It just went away, though. So, if you all like this stream, please let me know. I think that I will start a, if you want to, on the channel, because this video will be, as a regular video, you can just comment on this regular video and let me know how you enjoyed the stream. And also let me know what you think about some of the things I mentioned, the Tamiya dog bone axles, and also the Q&A, and I think there was one other thing, right, how you like the tires, which tires or rims you prefer on the Vitara. So let me know about those things. Please, please, please like and subscribe if you're watching this stream and you're not subscribed. I hope you all enjoyed this video. We're just coming up on 1 hour. Outdoor RC, thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for those subscribers that you helped me out with when I was trying to get to 100. I can't thank you enough on that. Thank you to Gorilla Bear Tech for watching. Thank you to RC Muscle. Backflip RC tuned in at the very beginning. And also Fitzscale RC Insanity. Thank you everyone for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed the live stream, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream very soon. Thanks for watching.